Okay. All right, guys, as soon as we get a good seal on the door and we hear that lug drop away, and not to mistake that, it's not the instructor in front of the door, that's a handle behind the door that holds that door in place. And when we get enough pressure differential to push that door in, that lug will fall free, and then that door is just held in place by that simple pressure differential. And as soon as we do get a seal on the door, we're going to go ahead and hang our mask up the same fashion you hung it up there at ground level, and we'll get ready for the genuine, authentic decompression. It'll go from 8 to 18,000 feet in about 6 seconds. All right, we got about a 2-minute lag on it. Oh, there we go. We got it just in time.
Hot
All
mic,
right,
Rogers.
looking up here at our...
Rogers.
Go ahead.
Hot.
Oh, he was hot mic. I wonder why he was heavy breathing. All right, go
He was
ahead
getting
this time.
excited.
Look down at your console. If you have a odd number, go ahead and stand at this time. Hang your mask back where you found it, please. One of the best release of this altitude chamber flight is getting that mask off your face for a little bit. Those are good masks, they're comfortable masks, but no one likes having a mask on their face for a long period of time. All right, then reclaim your seat with that hose on the outboard shoulder, then even numbers follow suit, please. Stand and hang your mask. And pay particular attention how you hang it, because how you hang it is typically how you put it on. I've seen it been put on backwards, sideways, upside down, you name it. If you get in a rush, you'll grab it and just put it on without even thinking about it. All right, now, as soon as we do, we're at 8,000 feet. Bo, here on the outside, who's driving the chamber, and I failed to introduce him, and I apologize for that, is going to take us from 8 to 18,000 feet by use of an accumulator tank. Outside the building here, we have a 15,000 cubic foot tank, and we got setting at 20,000 feet. So when we have our compartment at 8,000 feet, the tank on the outside at 20, and Bo opens up a valve, that's going to cause Graham's law, high pressure to low pressure. Our high pressure gases will move through that valve, through a pipe, into that low pressure area, taking us from 8 to 18,000 feet in about 6 seconds. So what can you expect during this decompression? Fog? Yes, you should get some fog. Maybe heavy, maybe not. It depends on humidity. Cool temperature? Definitely about 10 degrees. Ears, ears popping will be a attention getter. Altimeters spinning. Think of those as your cabin altimeters. When you see those spinning, know it's time to put your mask on. How about sudden onset of hypoxia? Well, probably not, because we're only going up to 18,000 feet where the time useful consciousness is around 30 to 45 minutes. So chances are that's not going to happen. You may have a urge to exhale. Doubtful, but it could be a possibility where you might want to go blow the air out of your lungs as it's expanding. The bottom line, I don't care what's going on, recognize it for what it is, a decompression. And then in 5 seconds or less, locate your mask. If you have to take 2 hands, that's fine, but use 1 hand to don that mask. And then once you get the mask to the face, where do your eyes go? To your regulator. And you're going to go ahead, inhale, exhale, make sure it's black to white. All right, everybody, at this time, grab your white switch. I'd like for you to pull that down to normal oxygen. White switch down to normal oxygen. And right now we'll use the diluter feature of this regulator, which is guaranteed to give you the adequate amount of oxygen depending on your altitude. Yeah, that's a decompression, folks. All right, mask on. Eyes to your flow indicator, and give me a thumbs up if you got that white to black flow indication. All right, thumbs down, please. All right, we are continuing our ascent up to 25,000 feet. Now, keep in mind, if you have a decompression in the real world, first thing you got to do is what you did, is get your mask on. Second thing, fly the aircraft, control it, and then descend and land the aircraft. You don't want to continue on an ascent, but since we're in a training environment, we're going to head on up to 25. Now, the decompression you experienced was a rapid decompression. Why? Because we lost pressurization in less than 10 seconds. If it took less than 1 second and you go through a 10 psi pressure differential, you would experience an explosive decompression. And if it took more than 10 seconds, it would have been a slow decompression. Of those 3 types, which would you consider to be the most dangerous? The slow. Actually, it's the slow. The third one, the one that's the slowest. Why? Insidious. You don't get the fog. You don't get the cool temperatures. You don't get the noise. You don't get the ears popping, or they pop real subtly. You don't have that urge to exhale. So it sneaks up on you. The only way you ever will be able to detect a slow decompression is probably by monitoring your cabin altimeters in the cockpit. But what about in the cabin? What do you have to monitor that decompression? The mask. When should those masks drop from the ceiling? 13,000 feet plus or minus 1,000. So somewhere between, 14. So somewhere between 13 and 15,000 feet, those masks should drop. And when they do drop, what caused them to drop? It could have been turbulence, but it's probably a decompression. Put it on regardless. Take care of yourself, then take care of passengers and other crew members. Questions on decompressions? Very good. All right, we are coming through about, 22,000 feet. So about this time, I want you to reach down, grab your clipboard that you worked on at ground level, bring that up. Which side is set up to go off first, Eric? This side over here, okay. On Isabel's side, what you're going to be doing when we get to 25 is I'm going to count backwards from 3, and you're going to pull your mask off. And when you pull that mask off, what you're going to do is you're going to experience your symptoms of hypoxia. And we're looking for 3 to 4 good symptoms of hypoxia. Additionally, you're going to monitor your pulse oximeter. So everybody at this time, grab your pulse oximeter, just on Isabel's side, I'm sorry. Pull it off the console and put it on a finger of your non-writing hand. Give it about 15 seconds to give you that reading. And it's not going to be too much different than what you read at ground level. It'll probably read 100% oxygen as opposed to 96, 97%. All right, once you got that reading, give me a thumbs up. Okay, everybody's got a reading. Okay, thumbs down. Now, what the magic number is on that one is 60. 60. Anytime that top number, the blood oxygen saturation, drops to 60 or lower, it's time to put your mask on. In fact, if it gets in the 60s, it's time to put your mask on. Now, one problem about hypoxia, what does it affect besides your physical body? Your mental faculties. So when you look down at that pulse oximeter, it might be flashing 65, and you say, ooh, pretty number. Well, that pretty number is telling you something. If you don't make the connection, we will. So how many symptoms do you need? 3 to 4, 4 max. What's the magic number? 60 or above. All right, any questions on that side? All right, over here on the other side, which we will call Corey's side, you're going to be watching the person sitting directly in front of you. Anything that they display that tells you they're hypoxic, write it down, and there's a suggested list of signs on the back of that sheet. All right, questions or comments? 5 minutes, 3 to 4 symptoms, 60 or above. All right, very good. Then on my count backwards, 3, 2, 1, mask off. Pull the mask off your face, put it on the hose coming out of the console. Now, before we start on that worksheet, first thing I want you to do is pucker up and give me a standard whistle. Very good. Now I want you to look across the chamber at the name tag and the color wheel, especially the last name on that name tag. Try to read that, and we'll refer back to that. All right, now look at the name tag in the back of the chamber above Mr. Shaw's head. See the pretty blue color. We'll see how much that fades away. Now I want you to give me a deep inhale through your nose. You smell that air? That's called flatulence. Yeah, okay, very good. Okay. All right, start on your crossword puzzle and work your way down. You got them again every time. It's a guarantee. Okay, Bo, appreciate it, buddy. All right, 1 minute. Go down to item 7 or item 4 at the 1 minute column and list down the symptoms you are feeling on that column. Just check them off or write them in. And then look at your pulse oximeter and see how much it has dropped. Chances are, I bet everybody's probably into the 80s by now. Then, once you got all that information listed down, pick up where you left off on your worksheet. And keep in mind your objective, 3 to 4 good symptoms of hypoxia, 60 or above on your pulse oximeter, and then put your mask on.
Good O2 sets in the 70s.
Okay, we got number 13 back on at 1 minute 35 seconds. Slow down your breathing rate once you put your mask on because you can't hyperventilate very easily. All right, we're coming up on 2 minutes. Now, at this time, I want you to look across the chamber. If you have your mask off, look at the name tag and that last name. Also look across the chamber at the color wheel. See if the colors have faded on you. Look at the chamber door in the very back. Look for the color back there that have faded away. Now look at the person observing you. Look them right in the eye. Let them see what you what you look like when you're hypoxic, like David, smiling from ear to ear. That's a good sign. All right, and go down to item 4. 2-minute column, check off your symptoms. All right, looks like number 9 is going back on. He's got the mess. Okay, 227 for Mr. Sasser. Got it. Okay, where did that mask go there? There we go. Okay. Okay, 240 for, looks like it's Matt. Slow down your breathing rate, guys, once you get your mask on. Yeah, he is. I don't blame him for putting that mask on. All right, coming into 3 minutes. So now, with your mask off, I want you to look across the chamber, evaluate your vision once again. Look at the name tag, the color wheel. All right, I want you to go ahead at this time, list down your symptoms. And let's go here. Isabel, show of fingers. How many symptoms do you feel? 1, 2, or 3? How many symptoms? 2. What about David? How many symptoms do you feel? 2. How about the other smiling David? How many symptoms do you feel? 3. And what about Scott? How many symptoms? Okay, which one's a good candidate? Number 16?
I'd go with David. He's at 66 on the
All
O2
right, let's go ahead
sat.
and give him the puzzle there. All right, David, number 16. I got something for you here. Look what Eric's got. Ooh, it's pretty. Now, what I want you to do is take the shape, go ahead and pull it out of the box, the big box, and I want you to put it in the small box. Find the right shape for that shape. And do this as quickly as you can. As quickly as you can. Pick those things up and put them in there. Look how he's fumbling with that box, guys. See how the hand-eye coordination goes away?
You're at 4 minutes.
Okay, we're at 4 minutes. If you still got your mask off, keep going there, David. Isabel, David, and Scott, make sure you go down there and list down your symptoms. Keep in mind, if you listed down 4 symptoms, it's time to put your mask on. How you doing with that thing there, David? Smiling David, doing pretty good? How many shapes you got in there? Count them off for me. 1? You've had it for like a minute. Keep going, big guy. You got to do better than that. What's your timer, Bo? Jam it. It'll get in there. Keep pushing. Okay, do me a favor. I want you to take that red shape, put it down your shirt for me. Can you do that, David? Put that red shape in your shirt. Put it in your shirt. Put it right down your shirt right there. Leave it right there. Yeah, we'll get that out in a minute. All right, it's time to put your mask on, guys. Everybody put your mask on. Mask on, mask on. Yeah, there you go. All right, now, once you got your mask on, I want you to slow down that breathing rate. And people watch them when they come back around. Look at the facial color change on them. You see that redness coming back in? All right. Now, one thing about hypoxia, it might have taken this group over here up in the front 5 minutes to get to the level they're at. But once you discover your hypoxia, you can put your mask on. Recovery time is very, very fast. So let's go down the line here. Let's start with Sebastian in the back. Are you feeling back to normal, sir? Give me a thumbs up if you feel back to normal. Okay. How about Matt? Back to normal? All right. John, are you back to normal? Okay, what about let's go right here with Scott. How you feeling? Back to normal? David, back to normal? Very good. David, and good. All right, this time, let's reverse roles. Everybody, flip your sheets over on your worksheet. Thank you, Bo. All right, and then the side that has their pulse oximeter on, pull it off and put it on the console where you found it. The other side that didn't have it on is getting ready to get hypoxic. Put your pulse ox on. So, any questions on what either side is going to be doing for this next 5 minutes? Everybody got a reading on their pulse ox? Give me a thumbs up when you do, if you got a reading. All right, looks like a couple of them got one. All right, everybody. Okay. Where did that come from, David? Why did you stick that down your shirt? We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. That's scary. All right, on my count backwards, I want this other side to pull your mask off, put it on the hose, come out of your console. 3, 2, 1, mask off. All right, and same thing for you. I want you to look across the chamber at the name tag, especially the last name on that name tag. Try to read that. Look at the color wheel straight across from you. How's the colors look? Look above Mr. Shaw's head in the very back and see that color back there. And I'd like for you also to breathe real deeply through your nose. You didn't do it, did you? Good job. You'll learn.
They didn't fall for that.
Good, good, good. All right. At this time, go ahead and start on your worksheet, crossword puzzle, work your way down. And keep in mind your same objective, 3 to 4 good symptoms, of hypoxia. Get about, keep that pulse ox reading 60 or above, and then put your mask on.
You're closing in on 1 minute.
All right, like if you go down to item 4, 1 minute column, list the symptoms or check off the symptoms you are feeling, and then go ahead and pick up where you left off on your worksheet. Now, you have the benefit. You saw what hypoxia looks like and how far people can go, so you should know better. But again, don't rob yourself of a valuable experience. Get at least 3 to 4 symptoms. This is what you're going to use in your aircraft for your personal safety. Very important that you get these symptoms.
You're 140.
All right, closing in on 2 minutes. So I'd like you to look across the chamber at the name tag. Once again, look at the last name. Try to read it.
14.
14's back on. Okay, 2 minutes. All right, I'd like for everybody to look across at the color wheel. Once again, check your color wheel.
10.
10 is back on at 2 minutes and 10 seconds. All right, and then go ahead and pick up where you left off on your worksheet. And also look at the person observing you. Look them in the eye, guys. Look straight across the chamber at them. Corey, look at Isabel. Let's see what... Isabel, would you want him flying your aircraft? No, I wouldn't either.
11.
11's back on at 227. Okay. All right, we've got these front. Okay, we got Corey back on at 230, 235. Good job.
6.
Okay, number 6 is back on at 243. Another good candidate there, Mr. Simpson. We can give him another minute, so don't rush it. That one there, probably. Okay, I'll give him just a couple seconds. All right, been off for 3 minutes. So we got 2 off. I'd like for the 2 that have their mask off, go down to item 4, column 4, at that 3-minute column. Go ahead and list off the symptoms you feel, check them off, and then write down your pulse oximeter data. Give me a reading on their pulse oxes, Eric.
60 on 3 and 61 on 7.
All right, let's go here with number 3. That would be John. John, do me a favor. I want you to look at Eric in a good, strong voice. This is Eric. Good, strong voice. And I want you to count backwards from 100 by 3s. I'll start you off. 100, 97, continue. Real loud. Keep going. Keep going. Keep working it. Okay, stop right there. The last number you just reported, go ahead and write that on your sheet anywhere. Write it anywhere. Circle it. All right. Okay, very good. Now, okay, you've been off for 4 minutes. So go back to your worksheet. Go down to column or item 4. Can you put your mask on by yourself? There you go. No. And John, you do it when you're ready. Don't let me coax it on. Okay, John says I am ready. Very good. About 4 minutes, 15 seconds for the last ones to go on. Slow down your breathing rate because you can actually go into hyperventilation real easy. Look at your flow indicator. Use that as a monitor. All right. And once again, just like the other side, probably 15 seconds. Initial recovery, full recovery probably within about 30 seconds. So let's go down the line here. We'll work from the back up. Justin, feeling back to normal. Give me a thumbs up. Good. Thomas, thumbs up. Carl, back to normal. Good. Todd, back to normal. Good. RG, you back to normal. Okay. John, back to normal. Good. And Corey, back to normal. All right. Everybody at this time, pens on your clipboards. Clipboards back where you found them. We'll get those back out here in a little while. At this time, we're going to initiate a descent back down toward ground level with one more stop where we're going to hit 18,000 feet for a night vision acuity demonstration. All right. Now,